The Caspian in Ealing Broadway, West London.
Caspian Hotel, can I help you?
A 10-bedroom hotel owned and run by former beautician Nusha Samari and her dutiful son, Samander.
She looks at me and she likes to practice. That's enough.
No, it's not.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
If you do it like that, that would be great.
Okay, thank you.
That's more
Thank you very much.
The Samaris left their Persian home more than 40 years ago,
Delicious.
drawn to London's bright lights and the prestige of running their own hotel. After Dad Siraj decided to take a back seat in the business, Samander has done his best to drive things forward.
We recently borrowed quite a bit of money, which is now putting its pressure to up the rooms. We went for modern.
While Samander tries to keep things sweet for the guests, a host of issues have been eating away at the profits.
We had serious bedbug problem, and they loved the guests, and they go boop, boop, and took nice blood from them.
The Caspian's very own dolls museum might be Nusha's pride and joy.
The baby is my favorite. I love it.
But like the hotel's function room, it's failed to attract the desired clientele.
I would love that some famous name, some Pepsi Cola or Microsoft comes here. Why not? It would be a good idea. I love it.
With an occupancy rate of just 10%, the stress of keeping the Caspian afloat is beginning to show.
You know, I'm your mother.
Okay, please.
And I have experience. And now he is going to listen to me.
Oh, yes, you see, yes.
He's going
She's
to
a bully
listen.
type.
You keep fingering me all the time.
Okay, I don't
That's
think
one of
I
our
just
problems.
like
She always fingers and fingers, puts me down.
In the past 10 years, mother and son have failed to make any profit from the nation's capital, leaving the Caspian and the Samaris all at sea.
Lots of people, but they don't come in here. I don't know why. To have an empty hotel, it feels very hollow, feels a sense of hopelessness and helplessness. To lose this place, it would be like being shot, really, in the heart.
Enter the hotel inspector. Can renowned expert Alex Polizzi help turn the tide?
Samantha, listen. Are you going to change your clothes or just...
No, I'm fine.
You're
She's fine.
And your hair, just brush nicely, okay? You know, presentation is very good.
All right.
To find out why the Caspian is failing, Alex will stay the night.
First impressions, first impressions. How often do I say that? And this is not a good first impression. And this is inexcusable. It's only a few pennies to get a new one of those. Hello.
Hello. How do
Alex,
you do?
Polizzi.
Yes, hi, nice to meet you. Wow.
You're Samantha.
Yes, I'm Samantha. Most welcome.
Thank you very much. Can I come in?
Yes, please. Yes, of course.
The Caspian's bedrooms range from £50 to £120 per night. Alex will stay in the hotel's deluxe, which comes with in-room continental breakfast.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. This is us. This is one of our larger rooms.
Right.
For a family of 4.
Right.
We have a fridge here where everything for breakfast is provided. And then we have a toaster in the kitchen. So if you want to come and help yourself, by all means do that. There's the TV. Sometimes the TV is a bit finicky.
All right, darling. Well, I'll have a look around here
Yes,
and
please
then
feel
I'll come back and chat with you.
Pleasure.
Thank you
Thanks
so
very
much.
Thank you. Bye-bye for now.
I think Samantha must be quite nervous. I assume he's not like that with all his guests. Look at this room. I haven't seen a room like this in years. No headboard on this bed. A padded headboard on that bed and a wooden headboard on that one. I mean, it looks like they're made of cardboard, these mattresses.
I'm giving her the best room, so she better like it, otherwise I'm really big in trouble.
It's very stained. I mean, charitably, I'd like to think that someone spilled a cup of coffee. I can but hope. There's not one nice thing in this whole room, which is pretty astonishing. You know, it's not particularly clean. In fact, it's positively not clean.
And the breakfast arrangements leave Alex with little zest.
Unless you like marmalade, you're out of luck. Gosh. This is really like a 1950s boarding house. Gosh, very noisy fridge. God knows I've seen some horrendous rooms in my time, but it's a kind of room where you would really feel like you hadn't done very well in life if this is all you could get. Thoroughly depressing.
Downstairs, it seems the Caspian's function room is in need of some divine intervention.
Well, not particularly mad about the biblical scenes. I wouldn't say it was completely appropriate for a function room. It's just a very ugly room. I mean, it's just about right for a meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous.
As a guest of the Caspian, Alex is given free entry to the hotel's doll museum. With her unique collection, Nusha hopes to market the museum's charms to help attract more guests to the hotel.
Slightly bizarre.
Americans and some Europeans find it interesting.
Japanese people.
Japanese
also
people like
very
it, yes.
interested.
I don't know what I'm going to say to Nusha to not hurt her feelings, but I don't think we can go anywhere with this.
With depressing decor, questionable cleanliness and poor occupancy rate, things at the Caspian are clearly worse than Alex was expecting. If the Samaris are to achieve their dream of running a successful hotel, they need a serious wake-up call.
With things as they are at the moment, how long do you think you could continue?
It's very serious. I mean, you know, because of the borrowing, we are just keep going because of the borrowing.
Yes.
You know, I have to open your eyes. The rooms are sad. They are completely blank, featureless canvases, and they're quite depressing. You are miles behind in what people expect of a bed and breakfast. You'd be as well off if you closed the doors and never had another guest in here. I did not have a great night's sleep. It was freezing in the room, and when I got up this morning, I realised that the radiator was off.
Alex hopefully had a very sound sleep, and I think the beds and the dreams will be as good as any 6-star hotel.
But the worst thing was my revelation this morning that there is no milk and no bread in the fridge. Hello.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
No milk and no bread.
Sorry, let me switch. Oh, they didn't put bread?
Or milk.
No milk there. Oh. So sorry. And I forgot to do it. So many things on my mind. Ooh. Nusha.
Pretty upset.
Nusha.
And not only the pathetic breakfast I'm offered, but the fact that even that pathetic breakfast isn't available, you know, is quite disheartening.
Yeah, I don't feel very good about it. I feel kind of, yeah.
It's very embarrassing.
So,
We have to learn from our mistake. This is why.
anyway.
With both bed and breakfast disappointing the hotel inspector, Alex decides it's time the Samaris faced up to the task at hand. If mother and son are going to turn things around, they must seriously raise their game, starting with the bedrooms.
Look at this collection of hangers.
Well, I tell you what happened. We started with lovely set.
then every day,
Something
One of-
got taken.
thank it and
But
take
I
it.
know,
Yeah,
darling,
but I shouldn't
you
keep it.
still don't
This is
need,
2000, yeah, I know.
25 hangers. Headboards are very important.
Yeah, you don't have.
You don't
sometimes
have a headboard there.
When they
Don't
love
tell
each
me
other-
they steal the headboard.
No, they don't steal the head. You know what they do?
No, we didn't
While they're
know.
becoming
You
too excited, they break the headboard.
The Caspian's cleanliness also gets a black mark.
This is completely unacceptable. I mean, you know, there's a really
this-
disgusting stain.
For Nusha and Samanda, just how bad the Caspian has become is starting to sink in.
She saw things that it shocked me.
Next, Alex wants the couple to offer their paying guests a better start to the day.
So I really think we need to offer better breakfast. Okay? Because I think that if we're going to bring up the standards here, then breakfast is something that is really lacking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle this room to make it a multifunctional breakfast room, function room.
Okay.
The bedrooms are also in line for a refresh.
And I'm going to inject some personality into that bedroom on a very tight budget so that you can replicate it if you like it.
And Alex wants the Samaris to start picking up business by dropping their hotel tag.
I don't think you should call yourself a hotel. I don't think you should create that kind of expectation in people. I think you should be very honest and proud of what you are, which is a bed and breakfast.
Would the European people understand bed and breakfast?
Darling, but it's just a snobbish idea of what life used to be like. This isn't a hotel. How is this a hotel? There's 40 bed and breakfasts in this area, all of whom are busier than you are.
Finally, if the Caspian is to shine in the competitive B&B market, Alex feels they need an official 3-star rating.
If Visit Britain came here and they inspected you as a hotel, you would be a 1-star, which I don't think is very good. But you can call yourself the Caspian,
Yeah, the Caspian.
and then be under a bed and breakfast
Yes,
rating,
fine.
if you see what I mean.
But there's no place in the Caspian's survival plan for Nusha's beloved doll museum.
I understand that it's your passion and your collection, but I think, you know, I don't know how much of a place it has to do, you know, it's a sideline of the hotel, really, isn't it, of the bed and breakfast. Yeah.
Before she departs, Alex wants to prove to the Samaris that providing a 3-star buffet breakfast needn't be a chore.
Oh my,
What?
oh my God.
I'm going to give you 25 minutes just to show you how quickly you can set this up. The plan is that I am going to show them how quickly a breakfast buffet can be set up in the morning, and hopefully that will encourage them that it's perfectly possible to achieve that here too.
But Samanda's already finding it heavy going.
I pulled just the muscle doing this.
You've pulled the muscle.
I just pulled the muscle.
Look at how untidy you are, darling.
I'm afraid of you. This looks good. That's done.
No, it's not done.
Not done.
My thoughts are that I obviously need to do a bit more training. Sweetie pie.
Just doing this one.
With Alex's help, the Caspian's breakfast now looks good enough to eat.
This is how it has to be.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
But you can do this too.
Yeah, I can do that.
When I'm not standing over you,
Yes,
you mean you
because-
won't be so nervous.
Yeah, because I feel nervous. Yeah.
I'm under no illusions about how easy the rest of this process is going to be. I expect it to be pretty much like trying to push water uphill.
But Alex's caution isn't shared by the Samaris.
I will fly now.
Yeah. I feel right on top of the world.
With the hotel inspector gone, the Caspian survival plan springs into action. First, work begins on the planned refurbishment of both the new breakfast function room and the deluxe bedroom.
Oh, wow. Oh, guys, stop. Oh, wow. What you been up to?
Under his mum's supervision, Samanda practices his buffet technique.
I told you put this one finish, and then I put that one. Always I have to argue with you.
It will definitely attract more people to say, eating Broadway, you can get a buffet breakfast. That's quite something. Oh, yeah, that would be good. It's done, looks beautiful. Wow. Woo.
But one part of Alex's plan hasn't got Samanda fired up.
When Alex said that she wants to remove the name of the hotel, that was like a being shot by a bullet, because the word B&B, it's a bit cheap.
To help persuade the Samaris that B&B isn't beneath their dignity, Alex has arranged a visit to the Villes,
Hello there. Hi, come in.
a nearby bed and breakfast that, unlike the Caspian, enjoys a 90% occupancy rate.
Samanda and Nusha seem incredibly snobbish at the idea of turning their establishment into a bed and breakfast, and I think they're very old-fashioned about this. I want to send them off to see another bed and breakfast to show them how much that concept has moved forward.
Wow, this is a big, comfortable bed.
I really do hope that by sending them to this B&B, I will manage to persuade Samanda and Nusha to change their mind about turning the accreditation from a hotel into a bed and breakfast.
Beautiful. I love it.
My concern is that the B&B hasn't got much of a class. Don't you feel that B&B is really downgraded? Or...
I used to feel that way, but no longer, because they are now very upmarket, many of them. And people who come here say to me, I'm never going to a hotel again.
Wow,
I just
really?
love it, yes.
Are you star rated?
We are We've got 4 stars with
Wow.
Visit Britain.
I'm jealous looking at this.
No, I'm
And
not
you've been
jealous.
doing it for a few years. We've been at it for so many years. Dear, oh, dear, I feel
Don't be
terrible.
angry. We are going to do
Terrible.
it.
I think
Don't worry.
that I've changed my mind, that we can go this way, to be a posh B&B, exclusive B&B. Definitely, we could do that.
Inspired by his visit, Samanda's keen to embrace the Caspian's new identity, designing a sign for the exterior minus the hotel tag.
The whole idea of calling this the Caspian, it's got panache to it. When you write the Ritz, the Caspian. This one is the color of sea and the waves. Hilton, the Caspian. So that sounds much more exciting now. So the Caspian. That's probably guests coming, Papa, Mama, and the
The
kid.
family.
I hope Alex likes some of these.
It does feel a bit to me as if Samanda and Nusha have been in hibernation, and I've kind of shaken them away.
Hello.
Hi, darling.
After a shaky start, Samanda has now embraced the idea of becoming a B&B, and on Alex's return wants to show off his ideas for rebranding the Caspian.
So, is this your designs for
Well,
signage?
these are mine, kind of thing. Papa, Mama, and a child coming here to welcoming them. I don't know. I mean, these are some of the ideas.
So, what were you thinking here, darling?
Shaking, sort of moving with the times,
Okay, and here?
keeping everybody inside. So when they come, they feel that we give them a hug.
I hate these images.
Okay.
I think we want to get away from the idea that your hotel is in any way a resort, possibly without palm trees or beach.
Okay.
You don't want to be red or
No,
green.
no.
This is the colours of Italy.
That is why, in your honor, I came up with that color.
Thank you, darling.
Yes,
So
sir.
kind. I like the blue. I mean, this
Yeah.
is a very pretty colour. It's strong, simple and fresh.
Leaving Samanda's ideas as a work in progress, it's Alex's turn to show off her designs. Upstairs, she's taken the Caspian's unappealing, stain-ridden deluxe bedroom and turned it into a bold, bright and stylish room, full of colour and personality, just like the hosts.
Come on,
Oh, wow.
your new bedroom.
Wow.
Well, I like it actually.
I love the
Completely
colours.
changed.
Wow.
Is it very different?
It's very different.
Very, very different.
The rules are always the same headboards.
Oh,
There's
yes.
a bedside light and a bedside table on each side. It's supposed to be the rebirth of the Caspian.
Yes,
Rebirth.
that's rebirth.
Yes.
Next, the dysfunctional function room. What was once a wasted, sombre space has been turned into a light and bright breakfast room, complete with a new, appetising continental breakfast that would impress any discerning modern traveller.
Your new breakfast room.
Oh my God! Completely been changed. Yes.
Wow. Oh, wow, mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the most beautiful of them all? Yes. Oh.
Now, darling, I've talked to you about the buffet breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I've prepared some boards for you so that you can make sure that it's always done to the same standard.
template. So
Okay? I'm glad you're happy, darling. I really
Yes, I
am.
am.
Thank you.
here.
Thank
Good.
you, Alex.
I think now you've got all your breakfast goods. Now you see how the room should be laid up. You must start using this room.
Yeah.
I would like to see you in the next few days starting to try and do breakfast.
With Alex's refurbishment complete, it's time for Samanda to christen the breakfast room with its first continental buffet, this time for paying guests.
Oh, it's almost 7 o'clock.
My advice to Samanda about his first attempt at doing a buffet breakfast is to keep calm and be very organised. Don't flap. You know, rationally, I know that I've done everything possible that I can to help Samanda with his buffet breakfast, but that doesn't mean that I don't worry about what he's going to be able to get wrong.
These pictures helped me to get some idea of what to do, but I'm not as well organized. So let me see, these things goes in here, right? Apple milk, oh gosh, this sure. I don't know where Nusha is. She promised me she would come and help me a little bit, but anyway. Oh, it's taking a lot longer. Hello, Nusha, can you come and help me? We've got another 10 minutes or so to get the place ready. Okay, bye. Right, she's not quite ready.
But hungry guests expecting a hearty continental are soon brought down to earth.
We'll be ready in about 15, 20 minutes for breakfast. Is that all right? Hello, Nusha. How are you? Good morning.
It is very messy now. I told them to always I have to check. He left the door open.
Okay, let me do it because
Just
it's too much.
Let me sit, darling.
It's too much. Nusha has been rather patronizing, and she sort of keeps saying this, that, and the other. So I don't like that.
Look at me. Look at me and look at you. Never mind. It's also easy if you organize yourself.
Samanda's service skills clearly leave a lot to be desired. Alex has organised for a representative from Visit England to assess the Caspian in a couple of weeks' time. She's worried that if they're going to attract a decent star rating, Samanda is going to have to step up.
When I arrived at the hotel the other day, you met me and you weren't very forceful, I thought. You weren't very calm or organised in your process.
I thought I was okay. I feel obviously astonished a little bit that our hospitality could be regarded as the core of some of our problems.
I'm not here to pat you on the back for being nice people.
Yeah.
I'm here to try and help you professionally. We are desperate to get you a good rating with Visit England. But they don't just rate you on cleanliness and on beds. They rate you on service. We're trying to save your place. Keep this in your mind. Must save this place. Must save this place.
To help demonstrate the level of service expected from a 3-star establishment, Alex gives Samanda a second chance of making a good first impression.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
I've come to get my room. I've booked in with you for the night.
Right, if you like to follow me.
So first of all, where's your welcome? When I first checked in for my overnight stay, I was astonished that this 6-year-old man who really has been running this place for quite a long time just didn't seem very on the ball. Allow me to welcome you to your own hotel.
Yes, that's marvelous.
I think he really needs to sharpen up those skills if he's ever to get this 3-star rating that we so desperately want from Visit England. I'm Alex, the manager. Do come to reception and we'll fill in your registration form. Sure. On the way there, can I point out the breakfast room to you? Occasionally we have meetings in here, but the rest of the time, please do feel free to use the room as you will. Thank you. Please follow me.
Right, sure.
He's like a kind of overgrown schoolboy in lots of ways. He is not a cold-blooded shark in the water, is he? Hello, so please, sir, would you mind checking that all the information I have here is correct?
Yes,
if it is, please sign. Now, may I take you up to your room?
Thank you. Wow, fantastic. Oh,
Yeah?
sounds good.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy, sir.
10 seconds, 20 seconds.
Exactly. He needs a bit more of that killer instinct if the Caspian's to survive.
With Samander's front-of-house skills on the up, the Caspian's exterior also enjoys a facelift with the arrival of the new B&B sign.
Wow! That's...
Oh, that's
Wow, that's beautiful.
very good.
Wow. Boom.
Yes, it's very good, very good. I'm so happy. Yeah.
Inside, Samander is using Alex's newly refurbished bedroom as a template to update his other 9 rooms.
I'm thinking of doing all the rooms, something along these lines. So I'm very excited. That's fantastic.
With the new look B&B to promote, Alex has arranged for one of London's leading web design companies to revamp the Caspian's online presence.
It's very important that your hotel stands out as a lovely place to stay. And so that has to be, I think, one of the focuses of the new website.
I think it's key that Samander gets to grips with the website because it's very old-fashioned and marketing is absolutely essential in this environment to make sure you can achieve any kind of market share.
With the Caspian now looking its best, Nusha and Samander are keen that they too scrub up well for the camera.
I'm like a little girl. I'm like a little girl. Look at my shoes.
I got to look right because I got to look welcoming.
It's much better. Just
Yeah, it's okay.
Let me see.
Don't worry about that.
Wait.
Ready for action.
That's it, lovely. Big smiles, welcoming us to the hotel. Perfect, here we go.
Good.
Oh, that's it, no, go on, let's go with that. Let's go with that. Excellent.
He's done this before.
Oh, lovely, I like it.
Samantha and Lucia, they're such big personalities, and at the moment, their website showcases none of that at all. So I think that's what we'll try and do.
With the new look B&B ready for action, Alex now believes it's time for the Caspian to relaunch itself back into London's busy tourist scene. Not only has she set a date for the Visit England assessor to put the Caspian's new rooms under the microscope, she's also got a plan to drive new business to their door.
Hello.
Hi, is that Samander?
Yeah, hi, Alex. Lovely to hear you.
All right, now listen, my darling, I've arranged for a tour bus to come, who are going to come and have a look at the new
What's that
relaunched
tour bus?
Caspian.
Oh.
Because listen, darling, I'm hoping that if they like you, then this tour company will bring you business.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, thank you very
Yeah.
much, Alex. That's very nice of you.
All right, my darling.
Thank you very much. I know you have a busy day, so that's marvelous.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
darling, bye.
Bye. That's great. Wow. Tour bus. So organization are, yes, I think so.
Okay.
They're going to come, look at the hotel, and if they like it and they're impressed, then they send more people.
That's lovely.
That's good.
While Nusha prepares for the tour operator's banquet, Samander's keen to finish off work bringing the Caspian up to scratch before the Visit England assessor's arrival.
I'm very apprehensive about Inspector coming today. It's been all hands on deck, and it's been crazy. Everybody, much faster, please. Thank you very much. Everybody faster. What is it? I don't know what's going on. Everything's a bit of a mess. We got to... Visit England is coming. I got to get rid of this.
It's coming.
Coming in about 45 minutes, so we got to get all ready, actually.
Okay, we are trying.
Yeah, we
Come
actually
on,
got to
quickly.
get ready.
quick, quick.
Of course, my great worry with Samander and with the Visit England inspection is that he will flap and that everything I've taught him will go straight out of his head.
But will Samander remember Alex's service training?
Oh, hello, hi. How do you do?
Hello, hi.
Most welcome. After you.
Thank you very much.
This is the room overlooking the green. This TV, shower, and toilet. Hopefully you like what you see.
Thank you.
Lucia,
Yes. Did you ask them for coffee or tea?
I forgot about tea.
Oh my God. I told.
Yeah, I
before.
forgot about tea and coffee.
I know you are.
But
very
next
busy.
time.
Okay,
Tea and
next
coffee.
time.
After refurbishing their deluxe bedroom and breakfast area, Alex was keen to show off the results by updating the Caspian's website.
Wow. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that's you and me. You're looking good.
With the B&B now sparkling, Alex has arranged for an assessor from Visit England to stay in the hope of gaining a coveted star rating.
I do feel like I've done everything possible to help Samander with the Visit England inspection.
Did you sleep well last night?
I slept
I don't
very
want to
well
interrupt
indeed,
you.
thank you.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? It's incredibly important that he doesn't mess this up.
Alex is back and she's pleased to see Samander's hair isn't the only thing that's shining.
The signage looks fantastic. The door looks fantastic.
Right.
You've been busy.
Very busy. It's been very hard work. She's been working. You know, you gave us such a little time to do all these things.
Sweetie pie, you've had 40 years. How did it go with the inspector last night?
I took her to her room. I think she had a chance to look around the room.
Yeah.
I served it this morning, and it went, I think, okay.
Gosh, well, we're going to find out later
Yes.
what the scores on the doors are going to
Right,
be.
I hope so.
All right, my dear.
As the assessor completes her inspection, phase 2 of Alex's relaunch plan begins. She's persuaded 2 of London's top tour operators to visit the Caspian with a party of foreign tourists.
This is their chance to influence people, encourage people to stay. Let's face it, their occupancy is terrible. Couldn't get much worse, so Samander cannot mess this up.
If the new-look B&B and Samander's new front-of-house skills can impress their distinguished guests, the Caspian could pick up some much-needed bookings to increase their woeful occupancy rate.
We book in London both hotels and B&Bs, and we are always looking for a good standard. Because sometimes smaller hotels, the guests appreciate the friendliness, the family atmosphere, they feel like home from home.
Nusha and Samander are laying on traditional Persian food plus musical entertainment.
It's a really good hook for tour operators. It's something unusual, it's something different, and goodness knows everyone's looking for that.
I hope the guests liked my food because I made it with the love.
So can Samander use his improved service skills to win new friends and influence people?
First of all, I'd like to welcome all of you to the Caspian. We will show you around, but before that, there is entertainment for you. And I'd like to introduce you to Liza Laziza for a great dance. Get ready? Now play. And now I've got to work out how to play these things. I do apologize for a few seconds, but you've been such a lovely people. Thank you very much. Enjoy the drinks, and it will happen in any minute now.
With technical difficulties bringing the entertainment to a standstill,
You're okay, everybody? You all right?
Samander is forced to rethink on his feet.
We're going to organize the music in a minute. So meanwhile, probably it works best. You enjoy the food now, and then we'll have the show. Please come and help yourself. Sir, we're going to. So
We have Lisa all ready to dance, the music isn't working. Welcome to the madhouse.
With the Caspian all at sea, the hotel inspector has little choice but to get all hands on deck.
We're in Lucia and Samanda, you know, the firefight hits and they go and disappear. You know, we haven't lost them yet, but they do need to come and be charming to people. Come and be charming. People want to hear.
Give it with
Because I don't want that one.
They won't see this.
Okay, yeah.
I will carry this out. Please go out and be nice to the guests.
This is lovely.
Well,
Vegetarian.
you know the vegetarian. Go and take it to her. No, go on.
Wow. Please help yourself. Is parsley and lots of other vegetables. Beautiful. Yeah, you like it. I hope you like it. That's very good.
Here, you help yourself. Help yourself. A spoon and knife and fork. Thank you, thank you.
Upstairs, at least, the tour operators seem impressed.
Very nice. Do you think you can make a nice deal for us?
Well, you talk to us. We can obviously do something.
With a deal sealed on the rooms, can Samanda now win over the tourists?
Well, what have we been waiting for? The entertainment.
Yeah!
Yes? Are we ready? Let's, please.
So far, it looks very good, and so far it's like very family and friendly atmosphere here. So I think that's a good thing, yeah.
I want to recommend my friends and my family from the camp to stay here with me. It's fantastic.
It's very, very nice. It's very friendly. This is what we're looking really for our client.
That was great. Somewhat long-winded. Great.
The Samaris have clearly danced their way into the hearts of their VIP guests. But have they done enough to impress the Visit England assessor to give them their coveted 3-star award?
Now the moment of truth.
Whichever rating you walk away with today is going to be great, but you have to think about moving forward, how you're going to maintain that rating and what you're going to do that will keep it safe at future visits. Okay.
Definitely. Yes.
So, decision time. We have a 2-star sign and we have a 3-star sign. I'm going to be awarding you the 3-star guest accommodation rating.
I was getting worried. It's a bit like winning the Oscar.
Alex departs the new 3-star B&B with fresh optimism.
We shall miss you, and thank you so much.
My pleasure. I hope your business really goes from strength to strength, darling. Next time I talk to you, I want to hear that you have 60% occupancy, 70% occupancy, 80%
80,
occupancy.
even 100%.
Why not?
Why not?
Look after yourselves. Bye. Nusha and Samanda are extraordinarily eccentric. That's the best thing about the Caspian. But they do really need to focus on their occupancy now. I hope they're going to have enormous success, but they have to keep on improving.
I feel elevated, excited, over the moon. I'm looking forward to a very good future.
This is the Haven Hotel, a 9-bedroom guest house located in the faded seaside town of Great Yarmouth. The Haven is owned and run by young couple Rob Farrow and Ellie Koopman. 3 months ago, Rob and Ellie threw in their well-paid jobs to gamble on a new career.
It's always been my pipe dream, hasn't it, to have a hotel.
But the harsh realities of the hotel business have taken their toll on the couple's dreams.
We never imagined it was going to be easy. I think it's just there's a lot more gone wrong in the first 3 months than I think anyone could have predicted or anticipated.
In a few short months, the rundown guest house has devoured all their savings.
What we did have has all gone, and I've had to borrow some off parents.
We're getting on for about £20,000 now, aren't we?
Yeah, at least.
In 3 months.
And running a hotel together hasn't lived up to their fantasy, putting a strain on their relationship.
I always used to be a really tolerant, level-headed person, but since starting this, because of everything that's happened, everything just riles. Oh, no, not again.
Despite the turmoil, they're not short on ambition. Ellie wants to turn the currently ungraded hotel into Great Yarmouth's first 5-star guest house.
There's a lot of 4-star guest houses in this area, and we want to be the first 5-star.
But in the last month, they've barely managed to get any guests at all. They've got a long race ahead of them, but they've fallen at the first hurdle.
There is a chance we could lose it.
If that did happen, I'd feel absolutely gutted if we did lose it. Because we've put so much, we've been here 3 months and we've put so much work and effort into it. It would, be a shame to see it all, fly off down the road.
They're hoping respected hotelier Ruth Watson can bring their 5-star dream within reach. Ruth's aim is to assess the hotel and come up with a plan to rescue Rob and Ellie's floundering business from going under.
Pretty uninspiring reception.
Hello. Hello. Hi. I'm Ruth. How do you do?
Hi, I'm Ellie.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. I'm fine.
Good.
Hi, I'm Rob.
Hello, Rob. Hi. You're married?
No, just living together.
Not yet.
Not yet, no. I'm working on it.
Time is of the essence, so Ruth gets straight down to business in the hotel's public lounge.
Have you any regrets about being B&B owners?
First couple of months or
first day, we signed on the line at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Friday. And I think by the time we got to bed, which was, wee hours of the morning, we wanted to phone up on the Monday and sell it.
Really?
If we could have phoned up on Saturday, I think we would have done.
Do you feel you're lacking confidence?
Yeah.
Probably. at the end of the day, we've been doing it 3 months.
When you started this all off, did you have a vision?
We want to be Yarmouth's first 5-star B&B.
Okay, why?
Because I tend to set myself too high.
I'm all for quality. I'm all for doing a good job, absolutely. I think maybe 5 stars might be just unnecessary in the sense that if you aim for 3 or 4 stars, that you could still get just as much money out of it, still do a very good job. And I have to say that unless you're doing something hellish, I would say that you can probably get 2 stars anyway. One of the things I immediately thought when I walked in and took a peek through here was that this room is just so not you. I mean, it is just so turgid and dreary and dull and old-fashioned and awful. The fact is, if somebody does walk off the street, you walk in here and immediately the impression is set, and it's the wrong one.
To gain a thorough understanding of the fledgling business, Ruth will stay the night.
These are very steep, these staircases, aren't they? Yes.
Ellie escorts her upstairs to room 1, the first completed renovation.
Ah, this is a bit different from downstairs, isn't it? So this is your taste, this is what you want to do? Yeah. Well,
this is my red room.
Okay.
I'll leave you to settle in.
Thank you. Thanks. Well, it's good they've got a guest information pack. Got the necessary things about emergencies and fire. Pillows are fine and the bed seems, I think, okay.
Ruth seems happy with the direction the new rooms are heading in, but a look at the hotel's unrefurbished rooms tells a very different story.
The really mildly upsetting thing is that somebody actually has decorated this within recent history. But the curtains are revolting and the bedhead's revolting and the carpet's revolting and the furniture's revolting. And in fact, the entire thing is revolting, and good for Ellie and Rob for thinking that they really need to change it. This is just so symptomatic of old-fashioned seaside hotels, and they wonder why they do so badly.
With 8 rooms in total, only half have been refurbished. Rob and Ellie have decided not to use the other 4 till the work's completed, but that means losing revenue they can ill afford. The unrefurbished rooms and public areas are nowhere near 5-star. But Ellie's not about to adjust her lofty aspirations.
I'm not going to settle for 2 stars, or 3.
In just 7 weeks, it'll be Easter, the start of the vital holiday season. If the Haven's to avoid financial ruin, it's imperative all of the rooms are up and running by then.
Good afternoon, welcome to the Haven Hotel. Ellie speaking.
Didn't sleep as well as I might have done because, to be quite honest, although the bed I think is new, it's really quite cheap, and I think this is such a false economy. But aside from that, this is a really spacious room. It's pretty well appointed. It's got a plug and a mirror where I can dry my hair, which is fabulous and doesn't often happen. The bathroom's really clean, which is a marvel, and I think they're, doing a good job.
The furniture may be new, but if the quality is not up to scratch, then Rob and Ellie won't get the 5 stars they're after. Time to assess the Haven's breakfast. The traditional full English is off the menu due to a collapsed kitchen wall, so Ellie is forced to offer guests nothing more than the healthy option.
I'm preparing breakfast like this at the moment because our kitchen is out of action. So we're putting out orange juice, fresh milk and fruit.
Oh, hello.
Good morning.
Hi, that looks so pretty.
Heavy, okay.
That's fantastic. Are you normally this generous?
Yes, we are.
Very beautiful, thank you.
Enjoy your breakfast.
See you later. Now, the only problem is, where do you eat it?
Ruth seemed pleasantly surprised, I think, at the amount of fruit that she gets, and she did ask whether that was something that is standard, and it is, much to Rob's disgust.
Now, I understand about the problem with the kitchen and having this up here, and I understand I can make my tea over there, but where do you actually eat your cereals? I wouldn't want to eat them in bed. I suppose I could eat them on my knees over there. I think they need to think this one through. There's plenty of space for a little table and 2 chairs.
The makeshift breakfast is only temporary. Once the kitchen's up and running, the basement dining room will be called into action. Ruth heads downstairs to take a look.
There must be a shop somewhere that I don't know about called Horrible Bed and Breakfast Furniture. Just horrible. Neck curtains horrible, horrible wallpaper, everything horrible.
Like the public areas, the dining room is desperately tired and about to get a rude awakening. Upstairs, Rob's busy revamping room 2, one of the Haven's largest rooms. Ruth is eager to find out how he's dealing with the pressure of refurbishing the whole hotel by himself.
Ah, there you are, Rob.
Hello.
Hard at work as ever.
Yes.
The way your jobs are dividing at the moment, you're very much on the kind of let's get this place sorted out decoratively. She's looking after the phone, the bookings, the business end of things. But you don't see a point where you'll be stepping on each other's toes. Do you feel that you're going to work out how it all...
Yeah.
Is this because Ellie's going to tell you what to do?
Probably, like most women.
And you're quite happy for her to be the driver and you're the brake? Is that something you
Yes.
don't... Yeah?
Yeah, very much the brake.
Yeah. And she sometimes wants to, take you to the garage and have the brake removed, presumably.
More often than not, yes.
Ruth heads back down to reception to get Ellie's take on the business.
Hello, Ellie. I thought I might find you here while
Yes.
Bob's grafting away.
Yes.
This is your department.
Yes, this is my domain.
But if Rob is answering the phone, have you got any kind of script, as it were, so that you're all singing from the same hymn sheet? Do you use that?
Yes, we do. We've got it blue tacked on here, and it says good morning, stroke afternoon, stroke evening. Welcome to the Haven Hotel. X speaking. How can I help? And Rob says it down to the T.
And you don't?
I don't. I drop the how can I help.
Why?
I feel a bit like I'm in a call centre taking telephone calls.
Well, it sounds as if you've got the basics of reception pretty well sorted. The only thing I would say, and it gets back to the look and feel again, is that this is not the most glorious cubbyhole in the world, is it? It's a bit like I'm buying a train ticket 50 years ago.
It's time for Ruth to tackle Rob and Ellie with her findings, so she sits them down in the hotel's unused dining room. She wants the Haven to get a nationally recognised rating.
One of the things I think we can get almost immediately, even without having done the other rooms and the hallway and everything else, is a rating. I have been to so many places that have got 2 or 3 stars. I cannot see that you're any less than them, even now. Does that surprise you?
Despite only having 3 months' experience, Ruth's comment seems to have offended the ever-ambitious Ellie.
Potentially, you know, worst case scenario, get 2, best case scenario, get 3.
Would be disappointing, but can I tell you...
It would be
But can I tell you immediately why that would be not disappointing? Because they are expecting more now. So don't be disappointed.
Ruth also wants to modernise the public areas, especially the hotel's lounge, which is selling the Haven short.
The other thing that is so obvious is that first impression thing. You know, you come through the door, and honestly, if I'd been a customer, I would have taken one look at that and walked back down the steps.
Finally, she wants to accelerate the work. The start of the summer season's no longer an aim, but a must.
Now, Rob, don't want to get at you because you're doing a good job, but it's a little bit kind of like, oh, I'm having a nice time tinkering along here, and I would like to feel a sense of, if I don't get this done by Easter, my God, we're going to be in the mire, because actually you are. You know, really, Rob, got to really up the ante on this.
With half their rooms out of action till they're refurbished, the couple are throwing away revenue they dearly need.
I mean, this is serious stuff. You cannot be taking £400 or £500 a month come Easter.
No.
I mean, seriously, you can't. This will be up for sale before you get there.
Okay.
You know that, don't you? I mean, you're getting to the bottom of the pot.
Yep.
We've got to get the ratings, we've got to get the rooms up and running and functioning by Easter, because right now, unless everyone gets their finger out, you're going to be trading at half the level you could, with half the money and with no visible presence in the marketplace. You're going to die, basically. They have got to be trading 8 rooms come Easter. That's 6 weeks' time. They've got to get a move on. At the moment, they're hanging on by their bootlaces. And if they don't get their finger out, I'm sorry, this business might well collapse.
Ruth has left them a lot to think about, and her words have ruffled some feathers.
I think you're a little peeved, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, no one likes being told that they're taking their time. To get, you know, another 4 rooms and nearly all the hall done in 6 weeks is very daunting, I think.
We can do it.
Yeah, it's
We will
possible. It's possible.
Easter's now less than 2 months away. If the Haven is to survive to its first birthday, Rob and Ellie will have to pull out all the stops. There's a huge amount of work ahead. First, Ruth wants them to get a rating from Visit Britain, a big issue for any new hotel. Next, she wants to modernise the public areas, especially the lounge, as its current state is giving a bad impression. But as the couple are so deeply in debt, the hotel inspector will help to fund the work. The couple will be responsible for the rest of the hotel. Ruth wants Rob to finish the bedrooms and hallways as quickly as possible, so he'll need to get in some outside help. If they don't start trading all 8 rooms before the summer season begins, the business could go under. But days later, Ruth's advice still rankles with Ellie, particularly one comment.
When Ruth said that we'd easily get a 2-star, I immediately thought, I should tell my hotel too. It's not a rating that I want. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it properly and get as high as we can.
She still wants her 5. She's quite a proud person, so if she doesn't get a 5, I think if she got 4, I think she'd be happy.
Another remark that hit a nerve was Ruth's suggestion that the work on the hotel was taking too long.
He took Ruth's comments quite badly.
Yeah, she's a bit of a hard taskmaster. The deadline Ruth set us is a little bit tight. If I can prove Ruth wrong, that'd be great. To say, yes, I can actually get them done and still do them to a high standard.
But Rob's been given a somewhat unwelcome incentive.
I've put a bit more pressure on Rob because I have started to take bookings for the rooms for Easter.
So if I meet my deadline, Ellie has booked some of the rooms out, so I don't really have a lot of choice but to get them done.
A little bit of pressure does no one any harm, does it?
The couple have already acted on Ruth's advice and brought in some help for Rob. The rooms are being slowly transformed into Ellie's idea of 5-star luxury. But are their standards high enough? To give them a reality check, Ruth has arranged for the couple to go to a nearby B&B that already has a 5-star rating. It should help put things in perspective for ambitious Ellie.
I don't know if she's worried. I think she wants to see what other people have got, and she'll always want to be one better than them.
We've been through the tourist standard, you know, the standards that you need to reach, and we think that 90% of them we reach, but that's our opinion.
Ruth wants to show them that determination may not be all that's needed. Hard work, high quality across the board, and good business sense are the bottom line when it comes to gaining a top rating.
Hello.
Hi, hello. You're Rob and Ellie?
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
Come in, please. Hi. Thank you.
Owner Angela and her husband John laboured intensively to earn their 5 stars and hold on to them for over 10 years.
What do we need to be looking for to become 5-star?
On your 5-star, you've got to be excellent or very good in every area. They particularly like nice furniture. They don't like flat pack furniture. That is one of the things.
Angela hinted that the inspectors aren't too keen on flat pack furniture. We have some flat pack wardrobes.
They are very strict, and obviously the higher grading that you want, the stricter they're going to be.
If we've scored excellent or very good in everything else, but the one thing that's let us down is flat pack furniture, I would probably have to have words.
With the fear of flat pack still in their minds, the tour moves on to the breakfast room, the heart of any 5-star establishment.
So, I mean, what do you offer for breakfast?
They have a choice of cereals. I do a homemade muesli, and then we do full Norfolk breakfast. We do scrambled eggs and homemade fish cakes.
So do the inspectors look for
They like a nice. They do
selection?
like a nice menu. They'd rather see a menu than you tell them.
Right.
The menu is extensive and very high quality. So far, Rob and Ellie have only stretched to packet cereals and a fruit plate. Wowed by the possibilities, they head upstairs to look at one of the bedrooms.
Wow, look at this. What do you think?
Nice. A little bit flowery for my liking, but...
Yeah, but it's taste though. It's still nice though, isn't it?
Yeah.
The decor may not be to Rob's taste, but there's no flat-pack furniture in sight. But has the tour given Ellie the reality check Ruth thought she needed?
We want 5 stars. I want 5 stars.
You want 5 stars. I'll be happy with 4 or
Yeah.
even 3, but I know you wouldn't, so...
No, I wouldn't be happy with 3.
Despite the massive differences, Ellie is still clinging to her 5-star dream. A few days later, and Ruth is back in Great Yarmouth, keen to know what lessons have been learned, if any.
Did it kind of inspire you or did it depress you?
Both.
Both, really.
When we first walked in, we thought, no, there's no way we can do this. There's no way we can get 5 stars.
Yeah.
They've got 3 bedrooms. We've got 7, 8.
Yeah.
So you're having to triple what they've done and all the rest of it. But then by the time we finished, actually, we kind of thought, it's all in the extra little touches that people don't think about. So if the basics are there, like cleaning and the actual structure's there, then we can do it.
But you said about the nice little bits and pieces, but it's also the underpinnings. You know, it's the quality of the architraves and the cornicing and the carpets and the, you know, the solidity of the whole thing that also matters. I mean, do you think you can do that?
Well, I like to think so.
What about you, Rob?
If we can, for the time being, just get it to a standard that's OK, rather than what we've got.
So
like
am I hearing from you, Rob, that actually you're thinking that 3 stars would be perfectly acceptable for the moment and that you build to 5?
Yeah.
And Ellie, what about your expectations and aspirations?
I would rather aim for 5.
I think it's unrealistic, Ellie.
Ruth is concerned that Ellie's fixation with 5 stars means she's not paying enough attention to other aspects of the business.
You've been building, right? Presumably, yes, and getting on with it. Ellie, I know you've got work to do, but have you not been able to think about tidying up things?
Yes, and I've been doing little bits here and there. Unfortunately, in the past couple of weeks, while we've not been as busy as we could have been, there's been other things that we've had to deal with, like making sure all the bills get paid, making sure all the emails get replied to, that the booking site's up to date.
Bullshit,
and
bullshit, 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 bullshit. What do you mean?
It might well be bullshit, but you know I'm sticking to it.
Bills to pay. If that takes you more than 5 hours, then you've got serious problems, greater problems than I thought you had.
Ruth wants them to get a recognised rating from Visit Britain, but she's concerned. Because of vital renovations to the kitchen, the couple have yet to cook a full English breakfast for any of their guests. As the final part of any inspection, it's vital they get the breakfast right. So Ruth has invited them to her own hotel in Suffolk for a crash course in cooking. The Crown and Castle's head chef, Max, is ready to take them under his wing.
So, Ellie and Rob, this is Max, our head chef, who is used to churning out at least 36 breakfasts a morning.
What's the secret to cooking the good breakfast then?
I suppose really it's the preparation. Mushrooms, tomatoes and sausages we can part cook beforehand. Okay, so just going to lay them to one layer.
Okay. Today they'll be instructed in every aspect of cooking the perfect full English.
5-10 minutes. Tomatoes, again, one a person.
Okay.
If Ellie's to get her longed-for 5 stars, she'll need to master the cooked breakfast, with the added pressure of a hotel full of expectant guests.
Sausages, what we're going to do with these, pop them in the oven.
Okay.
So we're going to sort of almost cook them, but with not a lot of colour. Back bang.
Yep.
Take the horrible rubber skin off. We're just going to cut them into sort of bite-sized chunks.
It's a lot to take on board, especially under Ruth's watchful eye.
Aha! You're getting Ellie to
on
actually
side.
do something.
Yep.
Right, I've always wanted to do this.
Rob, how do you think Ellie's coping with all this so far?
She's doing all right, actually.
Yes?
Can I look forward to one tomorrow morning?
Maybe?
Now all that's left to master is the fine art of displaying the food in an appetising way.
OK, so we're going to plate up now. So pop that on there. OK, Now you can kind of build your breakfast around it, whether you've got to put your tomatoes sort of up against each other and your mushrooms.
Can I do some overlapping?
Yeah, you can just crisscross your bacon.
There you have it.
All English.
Cool.
But the masterclass isn't over. Ruth has another surprise up her sleeve.
Right, well, it's not all over. I'm afraid we have another task for you. In fact, it's more than a task. So, do you want to come with me?
Oh, OK.
Like naughty schoolchildren, Rob and Ellie await their fate in the hotel's parlour.
OK, this is where I'm really going to put you on the spot. I am genuinely concerned that you may not know as much about running a business as you might think, especially a B&B. So I've got here 2 examination papers. So I'm going to leave you and come back in 20 minutes, OK? See how you get on.
After her first visit, Ruth set Rob and Ellie homework. She sent them the Gospel According to Ruth, an information pack about hotel business basics.
I just realised something. That pack that we're given to read, this is what this is. The pack that we were given 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, which...
I did read, but something...
You did. I've been too busy trying to get my room started.
Ruth wants the exam to show Rob and Ellie how far they still have to go.
I'm really concerned that they don't know how to run this business. They haven't done it before. They've received no training. And Ellie has an idea that just by furnishing the place rather beautifully and working very hard, that's all there is to it. Well, it isn't. Running a hotel or a B&B requires real understanding of how business works. And I'm hoping that this might expose their lack of knowledge in a way that will inspire them to actually go out and find out some more facts about things. Pencils down. OK. Question 1, which was write down briefly the 5 things you think are the most important about keeping a bed and breakfast establishment.
Cleanliness, customer service, comfort, quality and value for money.
And Rob?
Quality of service provided, cleanliness, friendliness and friendly manner, our appearance and the hotel appearance.
Very, very good. I give you full points for that. The one thing that you haven't got in there, which I would add, is location.
Now, question 2. Write down the 3 things that are crucial to the survival of your business.
I know, but I struggle on this one.
I've put good business acumen, organisation, good reputation and good marketing.
Cash flow, profit are king, okay, in terms of the business. Question 3, how do you work out your average room rate? And I should say here that you have all these facts in the email and the folder that we've given you.
Do you want mine?
Yes, go on.
It says here, ask Ellie as I've been busy concentrating on finishing the room.
The lesson is clear. Rob and Ellie must try harder.
In some respects, you've done quite well. When it comes to the look and feel of things, then you've scored pretty highly and you're understanding what people want. When it comes to the hardcore business stuff, there's a lot to be learnt yet. Ellie and Rob have got about 2 weeks now to get this bed and breakfast up and running. They've done a lot of work and they know there's a lot of work to be done, but what really bothers me, and I think it's beginning to sink in with them as well, is that time is really of the essence, and actually I don't think they're ready for it.
Rapidly coming up to the start of the season, we have got to get the furniture for rooms 8 and 9. We have to get new carpet for the hall. We have to replaster the hall. We have to paint the hall. We have to do our lounge and bar. We've got to paint the outside of the building. We've got to do the windows of the building.
Not much then.
The harsh reality is finally dawning on Rob and Ellie. Easter is now only weeks away, and the inspection to decide their rating could happen at any time. With mounting debts, they're fighting to keep their dream alive.
Right now, we're in our worst nightmare. If we get through Easter and beyond unscathed, it will be a miracle. We know that we've got to get it right at Easter, because if we don't get it right at Easter, then we might as well kiss goodbye to our summer season.
2 days later, the hotel's a hive of industry as Ruth's team arrive, ready to transform the old-fashioned lounge into a bright, modern room. While the work's carried out, they're also staying at the hotel. But so far, their experience has been anything but 5-star.
It hasn't been the best, because when we arrived Sunday night, went upstairs, there was no hot water at all. Heating wasn't on. Some of the people haven't had curtains in their room, and we haven't had breakfast either. If I was going to give it a star rating, I would give it sort of like 1.5 to 2 stars out of 5.
Ruth has got wind of the situation and decided it's a great opportunity for Rob and Ellie to get in some vital practice before they open the kitchen to paying guests. In high season, they could be cooking for up to 16 people at a time. Ruth has got in touch and asked them to cook a full English for the 5-man workforce, but her request hasn't gone down well.
I will do breakfast this morning for the guys.
Been nice to have known about it.
Doctor, please, Rob.
No, I'm just sorry. I've fucking had enough. Been nice to be told what's going to happen and not turn up and say, right, we want you to do this.
Come on, look, we're standing here fanning around doing this. We might as well get on and do it.
While Ellie prepares the breakfast, a deeply unhappy Rob has returned to plastering.
Sausages. Black pudding. I can't stand that.
With tensions running high and her partner absent, Ellie is left on her own to wrestle with the long list of ingredients.
The problem is that he's feeling the pressure because of all the work that we're having to get done, so I think this was possibly the last straw for today.
I've got the whole of this hallway to do from down the bottom all the way up to the top, and I've got 4 days to do it.
We got up early this morning specifically so that we could get on and get a head start on things, so I think he just took it a bit badly, this little surprise. But that's him, he's a hot-headed person, so...
So, fucked really, aren't we?
It's the first time Ellie's had to prepare a cooked breakfast for any guest, let alone 6. But when the hotel's full, they'll have to make those and more every single day.
That was quick.
The builders seem impressed with the full English.
I think they enjoyed breakfast. Either that or they're so hungry they don't care.
Yep.
Despite the tension, breakfast has proved a valuable lesson for Ellie and ultimately lured Rob back from the brink.
How many stars do you think that breakfast is worth?
Out of how many?
5.
5.
You smarmy man.
Ellie's breakfast is the toast of Great Yarmouth, or at least part of it. And it marks a turning point for the couple. It's a slow and draining process, but over the coming weeks, the haven and its owners undergo a remarkable transformation. Some of the corridors and landings still need work, but Rob and Ellie have finally finished all 8 bedrooms. The ugly curtains and stencils have been replaced with modern fixtures and fittings. In room 2, the peach decor has been transformed into a cool and elegant green space. And Rob and Ellie have made it even better by ditching the flat pack in favour of quality furnishings. Downstairs, Ruth's team have taken the old-fashioned lounge from dark and dusty to light and clean, more in keeping with the young couple's style. They even plan to change the name from the Haven to Number 78, a simple and more modern title that suits the new look. And in a few weeks, new signage will smarten up the old-fashioned exterior. With all the elements in place, Ruth has arranged for the official hotel inspector to come and stay. His surprise visit could happen at any time. But Ruth is still concerned Rob and Ellie are so fixated with their decor, they're letting other aspects of the business slide. She's decided to spring a surprise on them. At Ruth's behest, 2 sets of undercover guests have booked to stay the night. They'll be able to check out every aspect of the hotel and will report back to Ruth, warts and all. Brother and sister Joe and Ed arrive first, followed by couple Will and Maya. Both are equipped with a secret video camera. They'll check in and stay the night, monitoring Rob and Ellie's hospitality and courtesy. Ruth wants to see how they both cope with the day-to-day requests of the average customer.
Breakfast is served from 8 till 9 in the morning, right down in the basement.
The only problem with this room seems to be this fruit that has a bit of a maggot in it.
The kettle has been boiling for about 2 minutes now.
Do the other channels work? Because I can only get BBC 1 and 2.
The following morning, the spies rendezvous with Ruth on the seafront, a safe distance from the hotel.
So, guys, you've just been to stay at the Haven in its new form. Did you have a great time?
Very pleasant. She was really, yeah, everything seemed very clean from the minute we sort of got there, really.
Did you ask her to do anything out of the ordinary?
We did have an issue with the kettle, didn't we?
The kettle
was leaking.
leaked, yeah. I just picked the kettle up, poured my tea like this, put it down and it just dribbled everywhere underneath. When we came back, it seemed to all have been sorted.
Yes, OK. And what about you, Joe and Ed? How did your welcome go?
Our arrival was a bit more complicated because we'd actually booked 1 room and then we arrived and we wanted 2, well, we wanted twin beds instead of a double.
The only option I can give you is if I have a quick word with next door and see if they've got a twin room available.
She didn't have twin beds, so she offered to send us to the hotel next door.
Hang on a moment, was she full? Could she not have given you 2 separate rooms?
She didn't have a twin room.
Right.
But she said she could give us 2 separate rooms.
If you don't mind waiting 5-10 minutes, what we can do is we can put one person in one room and another person in another.
So we said we'd be happy with 2 separate rooms. And
did she charge you the same price as she would have done for a twin, or?
No, it was supposed to be £45, and for 2 rooms she gave us the second room for 20 instead of an extra 45.
Right, OK, so she did some kind of deal on it. Yeah, OK. And how was breakfast, Ed? Did you enjoy your breakfast?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like exactly what you sort of expect from a full English.
On the whole, do you think Ellie put up a good performance, did well?
Really good, yeah.
Really well, yeah.
She's very nice.
And would you go back there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would. If I was coming
recommend
back to Great Yarmouth, definitely.
Yeah, that's great. Marvellous.
The young customers were clearly impressed by the new look Number 78. It seems Ruth's advice hasn't fallen on deaf ears. Rob and Ellie have made huge steps forward, both in terms of the decor and the hotel's management. But there's still one final hurdle to overcome: the inspection. Ruth decides to return to the hotel to assess the changes for herself. First for scrutiny, the new lounge.
Crumbs!
Welcome to our lounge.
This is so much bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
Much lighter and more spacious, isn't it? Aren't you thrilled with the change in the space and the feeling that it's actually modern and youthful and reflects more your style, surely?
And I've got my wood floor.
And you've got your wood floor.
Next for inspection, bedroom number 2. It's been a labour of love for Rob, but has his effort been worth it?
Oh, now this is a triumph. It's a beautiful room. I mean, it really is lovely proportions. I think it works really, really well. And as far as I'm concerned, Ellie, the 5 stars is still elusive, but this is the model. If this was moved throughout the whole hotel and transposed, then you're looking at 5 stars. But, you know, we have still got areas, corridors and bits and pieces which don't tell the same story.
The couple have fared well so far, but their final and biggest test is yet to come. Last night, the official inspector checked in undercover. He's assessed the quality of the hotel and secretly sampled the breakfast. Meanwhile, Ruth's been keeping a watchful eye on things in the kitchen.
Bit of seasoning, bit of oil, jolly good.
After breakfast, the undercover inspector heads to reception, where a blissfully ignorant Rob is attending to paperwork.
Morning.
Now he can reveal his true identity, at least to Rob and Ellie.
Give you my card from Quality and Tourism. Hello. Here on behalf of Visit Britain to do your assessment for the star rating.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
For the next 30 minutes, the inspector tours the hotel with Rob and Ellie in private, scrutinising each room before finally reuniting the couple with Ruth to reveal his decision. 6 months of hard work, financial worries and the strain on their relationship have come down to this. Despite everything, Ellie has refused to lower her sights from 5 stars. Now the moment of truth has finally arrived.
Okay. Once again, thanks very much for a comfortable stay. And obviously giving me the opportunity to have a look around the property. I'm going to put you out of misery. Basically, overall, your assessment has come out as a good 4-star. Okay, which is a credit to yourselves. You okay?
It's good. I'm glad you're happy. You should be. It's a fantastic rating.
We've talked about the bedrooms and bathrooms.
Yeah.
You know, I think room 2, I said to you, you know, if you're looking to move the standard forward, think about that level of quality throughout all the rooms, okay? We've talked about the public areas, corridors, stairs. They're huge, I know. You've got some finishing off to do. You know, the bedrooms, they look really sound, but the corridors and stairs perhaps let it down slightly. But your overall has actually come out at 4. And there are some 4-star elements, which is why it's 4-star. But you've also got some 3-star, which, you know, you need to move on with.
Ellie may not have got her 5 stars, but 4 stars is a remarkable achievement for a first attempt and a great launchpad to remarket the hotel. All that remains is for Ruth to sit Rob and Ellie down for a final debrief.
First thing is, many congratulations on your 4 stars.
Thank you.
You're pleased?
Yes, very pleased.
You've had 3 or 4 months of what effectively is hotel school. How do you think you've coped with it all?
Well, we're still here.
We're still here, we're still together. It's been hard.
And what about the 5 stars? Does it really still matter to you, getting 5 stars?
It's not the 5 stars as such, it's just that...
Ellie, it's almost as if, and I know nothing about your childhood, but it's almost as if I didn't ever get what I thought I should have got at school or at work or wherever, at university. And if I'm going to get somebody to say I am the best, this is where I'm going to do it. Is that way off the mark?
No, it's not way off the mark. I don't know, teachers telling me I'll be no more than a checkout girl. Very bright, but underachieving. I'm not now.
No.
Told you I wasn't going to be a checkout girl.
So no, it really is something to prove to people.
It's not, well, yeah, but that's the kind of person I am.
And that's the other reason for getting everything done. That's what gave us that extra push, wasn't it? You see what I mean?
Anyway, you've done very, very well. Thank you. I have been worried along the way. Didn't like your sulky face at times, didn't like the fact that you weren't very good in adversity, but you have stuck at it and you have achieved something right now. It's a very short period of time and you've done a very good job in that. What I want to know that's in 2 years' time is that you're still loving it, working hard at it, giving everyone a good service, a good product, the building is getting smarter and smarter. This isn't just short term.
No, it's not short term at all.
So, all I have to say is fantastic, well done. You've been very good pupils and I hope you carry on the schoolwork. All right, guys, see you. Bye-bye. With the acquisition and the refurbishment of the Haven, soon to be known as 78, Ellie and Rob have taken on a project that a couple twice their age would find really daunting. They're so young and they've achieved so much in such a short time period. 4 stars is a remarkable achievement. As long as they remember that customers are the name of the game, then I think they're going to have a great future.
The Saxonia is located in the heart of Weston-super-Mare. When John and Sandy Harrop arrived in town 20 years ago, it was a tourist mecca. Business was booming.
20 years ago, you had people knocking at the doors, begging you to give them a room for the night.
Since then, like most seaside resorts in the UK, visitor numbers have dwindled. With the allure of low-cost foreign travel, the town's been deserted by the bucket and spade brigade.
I think our future is very much bounding with the future of Weston-super-Mare. Weston is at present trying to re-establish its identity in the brave new world.
The town may be lumbering into the 21st century, but the Saxonia has been left behind.
I recognised from a very, very early age that you had to move with the times.
John's idea of staying in touch with the modern world is his pursuit of high-tech wizardry. From wireless hotspots to CCTV systems, all at the expense of the fixtures and fittings. In 8 weeks' time, their current 3-diamond rating is due to be reassessed, and the quality and tourism officials are introducing a new, tougher system of grading hotels, changing from diamonds to stars. But John's not short on ambition.
The next challenge is to go 4/5 stars. 5 stars is the thing to shoot for.
If the good ship Saxonia's to stay afloat, they need a reality check. And that's where Ruth comes in.
Here comes Ruth. Yeah, here she is now.
Not only is this a faded yellow, turgid brown monstrosity, I can't tell the difference between this and the place next door. I mean, are they one and the same? I don't know. Hideous.
This is the moment of destiny for us, isn't it? What happens if she tears us apart?
This is the brochure. It's a slightly alarming picture. This is going to be interesting.
Wonder what she's thinking.
Oh my God.
Clashing carpets, floral wallpaper, a mass of plates, shelves full of toys. The lounge is an overwhelming mix of colours and patterns.
This is unbelievable.
First impressions are so important, aren't they? Because she might say it's perfectly fine.
And a water cooler. I don't know what to say. Right, let's just get rid of the whole bloody lot. It's just awful. It's awful. This is not to do with hospitality. It's somebody's got a problem. Hello.
Hello, Ruth. How are you?
I'm Ruth.
Nice
Yes,
to meet
hi.
you.
And to meet
Now
you.
the pleasantries are over. Ruth needs to establish exactly why John and Sandy have called on her for help.
Basically, we're in a bit of a rut. We've been grading 3 diamonds now for a number of years, and we've been in a comfort zone. I feel it's time now to move on and upwards.
Right. Now, who's the one who likes the stuff everywhere?
Predominantly I am. I'm of the opinion you can have your mind challenged by every single thing you look at in this room.
Yeah. And do you think that's the role of a hotelier, to challenge the guest's mind?
I think it's the role of everybody to challenge everybody else.
I mean, the thread I'm getting through this all the time, John, is your personality. This place, it's a conduit for you to extend to customers, and it's incredibly important to you.
Well, for mine, read ours, because we're a team.
Right.
Okay, and don't ever make the mistake of not thinking that.
Okay.
Right? And her personality comes through me.
Right.
Okay.
But it's a business.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting anything from you which suggests that you really think of this as a business. I want you to understand that all the personality on show everywhere might actually offend a few people.
Oh, yeah, I should Coco. Yeah.
There is a little bit too much of you in this place.
It's certainly food for thought.
Now, what's this all about? Tell me. What's the thinking? Is there any thinking, or is it just an accumulation?
It just happened, accumulated.
It's actually quite frightening, I have to say. This is where I'm saying about the personality thing. You know, an unfriendly person might think you were slightly mad having a room like this.
In addition to the lounge and dining room, the Saxonia has 9 ensuite bedrooms, which Ruth wants to inspect.
It's a sort of desperate little room. It's bleak and it's, you know, everything looks worn and old. I mean, look at these towels. They're all frayed and dreadful. I can't believe it. There's even a picture behind the wardrobe.
If John and Sandy are to have any chance of getting a 4-star rating, Ruth wants the frontage to be overhauled and the tired lounge and fittings to be updated.
I feel energised. We just had a good intellectual discussion about a subject which I'm passionate about, which is the Saxonia guest house.
Ruth settles in for the night.
Filthy kettle.
But things are about to get even worse.
Okay, stop, guys. Can you stop filming? That's too offensive, okay?
Well, I'm going down to breakfast now, but I have to be really honest and say I didn't take a shower this morning. This screen was just so grimy and repulsive and in every way a turn-off. I couldn't face getting into that bath. There's mildew behind it as well on the grouting. I mean, you can cope with rough towels, but at least look reasonably clean, but that is just repulsive. I mean, you just look up here and the filth and the dust on top of these lights, every single cabinet, mirror, what have you, it's dirty. There's a cracked bin. I mean, levels of cleanliness don't require any investment other than some thought and care. And I really think that, you know, John, with all his high-tech CCTV stuff, you know, he's looking at this guest house from completely the wrong viewpoint.
Downstairs, John and Sandy have been up for hours. The morning's a busy time and a good breakfast is a vital component of any stay.
We've done all the breakfasts now, except for there's just Ruth.
Just Ruth to come down.
Yeah.
She must have enjoyed it upstairs last night. She's last down.
Yeah.
That's good news, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is where John's CCTV comes into its own. They use the cameras to monitor the action in the dining room.
Ruth's just come down.
Has she?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you looked on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So she's in there, so I can go and see her now.
I can see her now.
Yeah, okay, I'll go and take the order.
I actually laid awake last night for 5 minutes wondering what she was going to have. I just hope it's nothing French. Yeah.
So I can have the full English breakfast with any number of carbohydrates to go with it. I could also have an omelette, but I'm not that brave. Oh, hello, Sandy.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine.
My guess is it's going to be grapefruit segments.
I think I'll have the full English.
Coffee. She'll have a coffee.
I'll have some tea, please.
What are we doing, darling?
Full breakfast with just potatoes, no beans.
Oh, blimey, that was quick.
Okay.
Well, you look good enough to eat for me. So, yeah, I'm confident, yeah. Quietly confident.
I haven't seen a sausage that's looked like this for quite some while. It's kind of got, like, the condom has slipped from the top. It's just so repulsive. It's a cheap breakfast, but having said that, they're not charging very much for the rooms. It's probably entirely within the context of the expectation of the guest. So, in many ways, you know, why should I complain? But It's not the kind of breakfast I would want to come down to, I have to be very honest.
It's time for Ruth to confront John and Sandy with her findings.
The frontage, the canopies.
We like the striking yellow colour.
Right.
It makes us stand out.
Do you not think, though, that if you were to embrace yellow again, there's that continuing problem about your neighbours? Because for me, one of the things that was slightly confusing was I thought perhaps you owned the whole section of housing.
If you were confused with the colours next door, then may I suggest that you're colourblind? These are yellow. Those next door are definitely not yellow.
Cream.
They're something like cream. Those are square, these are circular. These have Saxonia on them, they don't. Right, you're either blind or stupid if you cannot tell the difference between the two hotels.
We'll agree to disagree, shall we, John?
Right.
OK.
Next, the cluttered lounge.
Now, I had an idea about how we could make this kind of fun and also provide a bit of income, possibly to help do some of the necessary refurbishments. And that was about having a sort of car boot garage sale of all the bric-a-brac and paintings and all the bits and pieces that you don't need. How do you feel about that? Well, John's about to have an apoplectic fit.
But Ruth's final bombshell is the most explosive.
I know this is going to hurt because it's hurtful. My bathroom really wasn't clean. The grouting is mostly mildewy. The screen on the bath side is really horrible. It is not nice. And you'll certainly see it on the screen.
I would actually dispute that, and I think we'll have to go and have a look at that. OK? Thank you.
When it comes to the grading, I think, and it's only my personal opinion, that you are clinging perilously onto the 3 diamond rating. I would have you as 2, my experience, OK?
Right, I think you need to stop there. OK, stop, guys. Can you stop filming? Right, I think you've got to stop all this nonsense you're coming out with, OK?
It's my feelings, John.
Right, that is too offensive for me.
OK.
I don't want that in, OK? I need to go outside a minute. That's too offensive, OK?
Do you want to come up and look at the bathroom with me?
Yeah, in a minute.
It's clear John doesn't want to hear the truth. Ruth is leaving them with plenty to think about.
We're big enough and ugly enough to take criticism, and we'll just suck it up and we'll get on with it. We're going to go up and onwards, and we're going to get our 4 stars.
If John and Sandy are serious about achieving a 4-star rating, they'll have to embrace the changes Ruth has asked them to make.
Dave,
Their first task, to update the aged yellow canopies. Next, they must tackle the hotel's interior, especially the old-fashioned lounge. Finally, they need to look at the cleanliness of those bathrooms. But days later, John is still unhappy about Ruth's comments, particularly the dirt and grime in the bathrooms.
we conducted what could be said an internal inquiry because it didn't look like hotel dust. I thought perhaps somebody had planted it there. And it was Sandy who actually came up with the theory that a fan being a new fan, it's been creating a vortex of blowing all the dust down through that vent. And of course it settles on everything it comes to. We've also mentioned that there was some dirty grouting. At no time was that mould dirty because it is in fact what you can describe as clean dirt, in so much that it gets cleaned every time the room is clean.
To view a guest house already at the 4-diamond level, they visit the neighbouring town of Burnham-on-Sea. In a very short space of time, the owners of Ashbourne House have transformed it into a clean, comfortable and inviting establishment.
Hi, we're Sandy and John Howard from Weston-super-Mare.
The guest house has a bright, airy breakfast room and a welcoming conservatory, but it's the bedrooms the Harrops are most interested in.
Nice.
This is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and bright too, isn't it?
See, they got these tissues, which I said we ought to have. I think we might have to suck it up now, you know. And the dreaded scatter cushions. I got to admit, I do like them.
this is spacious, isn't it?
Like the way they laid out. That's inviting, isn't it? This doesn't
lovely.
frighten you, does it?
No.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That is what you call beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely, that. Yeah.
Those cushions are definitely not out of place.
No, they're not.
They are lovely. I like that.
Don't step on that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The tissue box, we're going to have to do these tissue boxes, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
No, not maybe.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean.
We're going to have to do
you know
it.
what I'm like, I'll have to think about it first.
Yeah, I know you do, but we can't wait 5 years, do you? Right, we're going to have to do it now. Yeah.
Tissue boxes aside, John can see little difference between this and his own 3-diamond Saxonia.
The good news is, I don't believe that we got too far to go to achieve 4-diamond rating.
Others might disagree. The bright conservatory is a world away from the Saxonia's cluttered lounge, and the quality of the linen and furnishings is far superior to John's frayed towels. So Ruth has sent John and Sandy a guide to the new rating system. They'll be assessed on cleanliness, hospitality, service, breakfast, and most importantly, the quality of the Saxonia's decor and fittings.
Cleaning, I think we're okay on. How do you think we're doing in that hospitality and friendliness category? I believe we're into the 5-star level.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we are.
With so much at stake, how close do they think they are to the elusive 4th star?
We're so close, I can actually taste it. And it tastes nice. You've got to start putting the grated cheese on the spaghetti bolognese. That's what you've got to start doing, and we're well on the way for doing that.
But despite his earlier misgivings, it seems John is finally ready to embrace Ruth's way of doing things, just in time, as Ruth has returned to the Saxonia to see how they're getting on.
Here she is, then.
Her last visit had ended on a very sour note, but there's a surprise in store for Ruth.
Hello, John. Hello, Ruth. How are you?
I'm all right. How are
Good.
you?
Yeah, fine. Thanks.
John and Sandy have taken it upon themselves to declutter the dining room.
We have stripped it out a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Much cleaner, fresher, less cluttered.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Does it make you feel good, bad?
Calm.
Sandy loves it.
calm. Very straight away. As soon as I started coming in here, I felt very calm.
Well, I think it makes this a much nicer room. I
It
think
feels high class to me.
it has a much classier feel to it. I'm not going to go as far as high class, John. You know me.
Right.
But I do think it
Right.
definitely has a better feel. Definitely. And what about the other things? We sent you through some standards and the gradings and all that sort of stuff. Did you read through those?
As well as reading out, I've done some investigation. 3 diamonds is not automatically 3 stars. I can now understand where you're coming from. But I still want 4 stars.
I think if you get 3, you should be feeling very happy. If you get 4, you should be extremely excited. For me, I'm happy for us to go for 3 in the new system. I would just like to see the things that are shabby, the things that are mucky and dirty, not because they're necessarily not cleaned properly, but because they're aged and tarred and they don't look fresh, right? All those things definitely dealt with. You know, whether you are the queen or the person who goes and cleans out the sewers, you want to sit on a clean lavatory seat. You know, that's all.
Exactly.
It sounds like you're cracking on, which is really good.
I know last time we met, we possibly got off on the wrong foot.
John, all I need you to know is that the only reason I'm here is to objectively look at your business and see where I could put things right.
When you're saying things, it sounds like you're saying, well, I wouldn't have it in my hotel.
You're absolutely right. I would die rather than have this china and these mats in my hotel. But what I'm trying to say is that I need you to remove the feelings of this is my baby, like you know, it's that I can kick my dog, you can't syndrome. And what I'm saying to you is that I am here to kick your dog.
95% of the time, right, you're making good, sensible business sense. It's the way in which you come out.
Now, you and I would not trade together, right? You wouldn't buy a car from me and I wouldn't buy a car from you.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
So we have to get over that, both of us.
If you only knew, Ruth, we agree about 99%
I've gone up 4%.
Buoyed by a 99% approval rating, Ruth feels ready to push on with her plans. She wants John to take a hard look at the hotel's frontage, which has remained the same for over 20 years.
Now, John, you told me that I was either blind or stupid, I think, when I said these blinds were very similar to your neighbours.
Well, I do apologise for that remark. I mean, that did slip out. I didn't mean to say that.
It's still, for the person who isn't aware of your establishment, has never been here before, I do think they need to be a bit more dramatically different, don't you think?
Yes.
Nothing to do with that lot.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yes, definitely.
So have you had any thoughts about colours in your mind?
We thought some shade of blue.
Yeah?
Ruth wants the Harrops Hotel to stand out from the competition. To make the most of passing trade, they need a clean, modern look. So she's taken John and Sandy out to the canopy manufacturer to make a final selection.
We've got to get rid of those yellow.
Kind of changed now.
Kicking and screaming?
No,
yeah.
no.
All right.
No, quite willing.
But she's encountered a problem. The Harrops won't make a final decision on the colour of the canopies because they haven't decided on the colour of the paintwork. And Ruth is exasperated.
Why have you got this thing about two blues?
Because the brown brickwork, which is painted brown, and the panels have to go to two colours of blue.
Who says? Is there some kind of law book or is there a textbook somewhere that I haven't read?
Yes,
that
it's
says you
called
have to have two
Harrops.
shades
It's
of
called
blue?
Harrops Law Book. Right.
Harrops Law Book, I'm throwing out, OK?
Right.
Let's talk about the sodding canopies. The canopies are the things we're here for, and it's the canopy colour that counts. So it's either this one or this one.
I still don't know because it all depends on the colour of the paintwork.
But we changed the colour of the paintwork to go with the canopies. Start with the canopies.
Do you want to go and have a
Start
sit down
No,
somewhere?
I don't. You're being
No?
so
Are you
obtuse.
sure?
I'm sorry, you're being very obtuse.
Calm down, there's sweat coming out.
Start with the canopies, and then what we do with the paintwork is a secondary matter.
Move over, actually. I want to move there because she's giving me a earache. OK.
Paint. You have about 1 million variations of colour. It is so immaterial at this stage to think about paint.
What you need to remember, Ruth, is, right, that we're the important ones here, right? And I don't really want you screaming at us.
Second on Ruth's list is the interior decor. The bedrooms and bathrooms need updating, and Ruth has left strict instructions about overhauling the lounge to drag it out of the 1970s. Sandy and housekeeper Carly are making a start, clearing out the shelves of stuffed toys and the collection of decorative plates.
We need to make new changes, and the only way to do it and to move forward is to try and accept other people's ideas of these changes.
Despite his earlier resistance, John has been busy addressing cleanliness in the bathrooms.
OK, well, in this room we have replaced the shower enclosure door, which came off this wall here with the shower curtain. We've also managed to get all the grouting cleaned off. Another thing that Ruth has picked up on is the fact that our towels are getting a little bit past it. Hope to be replacing these with Egyptian cotton.
Out front, the canopies have finally come down.
The front of the building is completely different now, and I'm glad we've got no one coming today. A couple of my friends, they said, why have you taken them down? It's a landmark, and, you know, everyone's going to miss them. Are you going to put yellow canopies back up there again?
We've lost our identity at the moment, which is it's quite confusing for us.
Emptied of toys and plates, work gets underway in the lounge. It's a radical makeover for the Harrops, and they're finding it a shock to the system.
It was a bit of me, wasn't it? My personality. I mean, before it tended to wrap itself around people and invite people in and say, look, come on in, there's nothing to be afraid of here. But perhaps not now.
The empty lounge is ready to be decorated, but it'll need furniture that befits a modern guest house. Ruth has asked John and Sandy to leave the safe haven of Weston and venture out to a contemporary furniture store.
There's too low.
What, this one?
No, I hear you.
That's not bad. I wonder if these are the colours. Was that the scar somebody's left? Right, I ain't moving. I'm staying here for 2 hours. Wonder what you do with that. Wonder if you plug that in. Based on our last encounter, I think she's likely to take issue with everything we look at.
Have you had a good look?
Yeah, we
Yes,
have
we
actually.
Yeah.
We seen a few things we like.
Yeah. So, what have you found? Have you
Settee over there.
Settee over there.
We like,
This is the one.
We like that one.
I have to be honest, it's certainly not my cup of tea, and I'm a little bit worried about the colour.
Instead of pale beige leather that's
Right, well,
easily
you see-
marked, Ruth shows them something to complement their new blue exterior.
What do you think about this? I mean,
Not sure.
I thought you'd like it because it still embraces some of the traditional rounded arm and what have you, but with the loose cushions, it's got that sort of slightly more casual, modern feel about it.
No, it's not. Wow.
Our eyes are attracted to things like this. It's got a form to it.
Yes.
I like Italian cars
Yes.
because they got lines to them.
How far down the road of modernity are you prepared to go? This is the thing.
Well, not knowing what modernity means, I'm not quite sure.
Just modern. How modern are we going to go?
Ruth wants to get John and Sandy away from an old-fashioned three-piece suite, so they make the most of the space available with a corner unit.
This is the one I saw on my way in.
Yeah.
Corner unit, quite modern looking, leather, which you obviously like. What do you think about that?
And we haven't thought of a corner unit
Yes.
because we just thought that was out of date.
Why would they
So-
have left a cushion off that?
No, this is the latest trend for having these very flat areas at the end of these sofas. But this one, you're not horrified about anyway.
No, this one is a definite maybe.
Okay.
Back at the Saxonia, real progress is being made. The faded yellow canopies have been replaced, giving the hotel a fresh, bright frontage that will stand out to passers-by.
No alphabet. Centre it. Go on. No, right, seriously. Yeah, that's okay.
No good.
Yep.
All in all, the new-look Saxonia is a far cry from the faded guest house that Ruth first set eyes on. The clashing, cluttered lounge has been painted, papered and recarpeted. The finished result is calm and welcoming. Upstairs, the grimy bathrooms have been spring-cleaned, and the fraying linen and bedspreads have been replaced. John and Sandy have even added scatter cushions to each of the beds. The Saxonia looks clean, modern, uncluttered. But is it going to be enough to impress Ruth? And with the hotel's reassessment looming, have they done enough to get 4 stars? The Saxonia's undergone so many changes, John's marketing looks out of date. So he's invited local photographer Vulcan to take some modern portraits of the guest house and its proprietors. But the shoot is scheduled for a busy day at the Saxonia.
As luck would have it, we've also got a new fridge coming today. And on top of all that, Ruth Watson is coming back at round about 3 o'clock, no doubt to engage in intellectual discussions with me. Hi, you
John.
must be Vulcan.
Hi, John. Nice
Come
to meet
on in, how are you?
Very well, yourself?
Yeah, fine, thank you. I'll just get Sandy, okay? San, this is Sandy, my
Nice to
wife,
meet you.
yeah?
Nice to meet you.
We've decided to try and go from 3 diamond to 4 stars, which is a huge leap. We need a 4-star approach now to our photography, yeah?
Whoa, quick. That's it. Just look at me.
The shoot is pretty cool, eh? That's probably worth more than my house.
And stop the camera, John.
Sorry then. I nearly called you darling then. Carly, yeah, one of you can start delaying that dining room now. Okay? Yep, thanks.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
So this one.
You're ugly.
This one. Say that one, that's one. Keep that.
They call me Mr. Smooth.
One more time. Excellent, that's a romantic one. That's good, I like that.
What about one with the tongue? No.
Now John and Sandy can focus on their second chance to make a good first impression on Ruth.
This is such an improvement. We've got blue blinds that match the sky. Hello.
Impressed by the frontage, Ruth is keen to view the revamped lounge.
You have to say this is a transformation, don't you?
That's
I mean, this is
a fair comment.
This is about as far away from the cluttered look as you can get. To me, this is immediately something that says, yeah, this is a proper place, you know. It was like some schizophrenic kind of horror before.
Well, we realised that after a while. You know, we did what we thought every guest wanted.
But it was like the amalgamation of every car boot sale that's ever taken place in the Western
No,
Isles.
no,
Do you know
no,
what I mean?
no.
Well, it was.
I think that's
It
a
was.
bridge too far. I'm not allowing you to get away with that one.
Next for inspection, the bedrooms and bathrooms that caused so much friction when Ruth first arrived.
Gosh! Sandy, this is a bit of a transformation.
Yeah.
You've been going mad on the bedding front.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that really is, you know, a massive improvement, Sandy. You should be very proud of yourselves. And I really did think that, you know, you weren't going to listen, you weren't going to do anything, you were just going to carry on in your own sweet way. So I've got to say, you know, my apologies for underestimating you, because actually you really have reacted fantastically well.
No.
Sandy, this has changed. Feels like somebody cares about it. Somebody's taking the time to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a huge transformation. This. Well done, you. Really, well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Tonight, John's invited a select group of local dignitaries, including his MP, to an exclusive dinner party. If they like what they see, they'll spread the word, which could help John's marketing campaign to take the Saxonia up in the world. But John's been so caught up in the events of the day, he's fallen way behind in his food prep. As the sun sets on the Saxonia, there's reason for optimism. Ruth's impressed, and the stage is set for the evening's rebranding exercise. A private dinner party for a group of influential guests will give John and Sandy an opportunity to impress.
Hello. Good morning. Hello.
The VIPs begin to arrive.
Hello there. Listen, hello. Hiya, hello. This looks a very dry affair. Have we? Let me see if I can go and find some booze. I don't like parties without drink.
See how we get on with it.
See how you get on with the sherry.
Before dinner, Sandy serves sherry and the kind of sponge biscuits more usually found at the bottom of a trifle.
Sherry, or would you like a wine?
Tell me the thinking behind the boudoir biscuits to begin with. What's all that about?
It's meant to soak up the sherry.
Ready to soak the sherry up.
They don't normally offer people sweet things at the start of the meal. They normally go afterwards. Hello. Hiya. I'm Ruth Watson. I'm playing games here. Hello. How'd you do? Come in.
I think the MP's just arrived. Well, I need to go and get changed.
Front of house, Sandy is holding the fort, welcoming wave upon wave of guests.
Sandy, another guest.
But despite his best intentions, the preparation is taking John longer than expected.
I have to say that John's being very brave about how late he's leaving some of these things. If I was having people sit down to dinner in 20 minutes or so, I would want to have the mash and all this stuff ready. Don't forget to check his chicken, girls.
Yeah.
Why, good evening, everyone.
Ruth may have updated the lounge, but even she can't rescue John's wardrobe.
How are you? Thank you for coming. Graham, good evening.
Hello, John.
Nice
to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
You're very welcome.
Let's move off those pans on top of the oven. There to the right. Mind your hands. Make sure they're not free. Yep. Sorry. Sandy, you don't cook. No. You're not a cook. You stay well out of this.
That's right.
Okay.
Now then, you should
Yeah. Keep me occupied. But don't talk about the war.
Why?
I did, and I offended somebody.
Oh.
Absolutely staggered. This is so badly organised. Does everyone...
With so much riding on tonight, they can't afford to leave their guests waiting. So Sandy gives an impromptu tour of their revamped bedrooms.
Scamper down the stairs.
I need to lock that.
Downstairs, John's got his work cut out.
I think little bit ambitious on the timing, I think.
Finally, just over an hour late, dinner is served.
Ladies and gentlemen, let the meal commence.
John's menu includes prawn cocktail for starters, roast chicken with a cheesy mash and 3 veg, followed by a pavlova dessert. Despite its late arrival, John's cuisine seems to be going down well. The distinguished guests seem happy and, more importantly, interested in the new-look Saxonia. Even local MP Mr Penrose is intrigued by John and Sandy's quest for 4 stars.
If you're a betting woman, we're all hoping John's going to get his 4th star.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the chances are?
I think his chances are hugely better than they were before.
Give us 2 to 1 on, 3 to 1 on?
They've certainly worked hard enough to do it. I mean, they really have. They've put a huge amount of effort in, and to my surprise, because we didn't get on very well for quite some while. You might imagine why, but both very difficult people. Your taste isn't my taste, it never will be. I mean, I wouldn't wear that shirt as my shroud, never mind to dinner. However, you love it, so that's absolutely fine.
I wouldn't give that coat.
No, how true.
For the guests, the evening has been a great success.
I think everybody here has got a real hope that this has worked and that the Saxonia will be getting its extra 4th star or diamond.
It's a great improvement. I think the front of the building, the colour scheme there is bright and attractive. It gets your attention as you go past, and then I'm sure they'll get extra trade as a result of that.
It's comfortable and bright and fresh. It's lovely.
I would say they're much, much closer at getting the 4th star than they were 6 months ago.
As the dinner party draws to a close, Ruth retires upstairs.
It's quite obvious that they just don't do entertaining, but I'm not going to judge them on that because it was a heroic thing to do, and I suppose it sort of sums up in a way John's insouciance about life, you know, that he can do anything even if he's massively underskilled to do it. But in the end, I think the meal came off. It was fine, you know. It wasn't the greatest cuisine in the world, but everyone seemed to quite enjoy it. So good luck to him.
The inspector will check in under an assumed name before spending the night and taking breakfast. Only after he's checked out will he reveal his true identity and tour the rest of the hotel before giving his assessment.
Okay. Right, so you're going to be in room 6 on the top floor. Can I
Okay.
give you a hand with your look?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to take that handle. That's a heavy one.
He'll scrutinise decor, fixtures and fittings and pass judgment on cleanliness, hospitality, service and breakfast provided.
Fine. Okay.
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay.
That's fine. Thanks very much. Thanks very much indeed. Cheers now. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
All the hard work and effort the Harrops have put in now rests on the verdict of this one man.
Okay. Bedroom's in good decorative order. General cleanliness appears to be good, actually. A little bit more attention to detail above on high-level areas. Could improve the overall quality, I think.
Good morning, Saxonia Guest House.
After spending the night at the Saxonia, the inspector is enjoying breakfast. John and Sandy remain oblivious to his identity.
That's
Right,
lovely.
thanks very much.
Thanks very much indeed.
We'll see you next time you're down.
Is it Mr. Harrop?
I am, yes.
Yeah. Can I introduce myself properly, Mr. Harrop? From Quality and Tourism. I'm here on to do your quality assessment.
Right.
Okay.
Do you know what? I've been in the hotel industry 20 years and I haven't spotted one yet.
Across the road, Ruth waits anxiously. The inspection has to be conducted in private, but it's not all going according to plan.
I'm coming.
I think one of the locks is jammed and we can't get in the room, and the inspector needs to go in there.
Ruth is as anxious as the Harrops to know the inspector's assessment. After checking the guest house from top to bottom, it's time for the inspector to reveal his verdict.
I have to say, having assessed your property, you're not falling short in terms of your 3-star. You're comfortably 3-star. But what I would say to you is my remit is not to actually push the rating all the time. It's to actually make sure you're comfortable with what you do. And I'd rather see you comfortably within your 3-star mark than perhaps, less comfortable at a 4. But it's a good stay, and thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
To the Harrops, the inspector's judgment may spell failure. But in reality, they've done well to move from 3 diamonds to 3 stars under the new scheme.
Girls, you didn't get 4 stars. I thought at the beginning that we were shooting for the stars. So we've got to go forward and we've got to increase our efforts now. And we're going to pull ourselves up, stitch a smile on our face and get on with it again.
John is clearly disappointed. So Ruth sits the Harrops down for one last discussion.
I'm concerned that because you've got what you think is only 3 stars, that you won't remember what a fantastic journey you've come on. Don't you feel just a bit proud of yourselves?
No, we feel extremely proud of ourselves.
You have come a long, long way. And I've got to give you, John, particular credit because, you know, there was some friction for sure. And I thought you were just going to, you know, mentally kind of give me 2 fingers.
Every single thing you say went in.
It did. No, because you've proved it.
Yeah.
Because you actually did the jobs that I was talking about, felt needed doing. You actually delivered. It's this thing of looking at the place with fresh eyes. I mean, do you feel that you can now look at it with new eyes?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, the expression, what will Ruth think, has been said more than once.
I'm haunting you, even in my absence.
Yeah, you are. I dream about you.
You mean you have nightmares about me? As long as he doesn't start calling you Ruth, Sandy. That would be disastrous. No sex for you, for sure. No. But no, you have done a really good job. I think you should be really proud of yourselves, not just with getting 3 stars, but you should be proud of yourself because you've actually looked at something which was comfortable to you and made changes which were uncomfortable, and you've done it with the real desire to make this place modern, fresh, and nice for your customers. Take great care. John, carry on as you do in your own inimitable style. Yeah. It'll all be all right.
And thank you ever so much for what you've done for us, Ruth. It's deeply, deeply appreciated. Safe journey home.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye. See you soon. Bye. Saxonia is what it is. I think they've done fantastically well to get 3 stars. I really don't think 4 stars was achievable, and I think they should be so happy with the progress they've made. It's a modest guest house. It now fulfills guests' expectations, and I think they should just be very happy that this is a jolly decent 3-star hotel now.